In this video, you're gonna see commentary of 18.3 Dubai qualifier. Brandi and Cal are part of our team. We just found out that we qualified. Our camera guy doesn't think the audio is good because he forgot to turn on the little receiver thing. We thought that it was good enough to post, so enjoy the video.
All right, we're good. Introduce yourselves.
My name is Calerina. I'm Brandi. And we're doing Dubai 18.3. 20 minutes. Rowing and double kettlebell snatches. Yep. So we're doing 9 calories right now.
I feel very uncomfortable. Put your mic back in the center. What do you mean in the center of what? Alright, here, I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's hold it. Alright, 9 calories
That
done.
might sound terrible, so you need to move it down.
What do you want me to do? Just hold it? Ow.
Put it down.
Ow. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Your tank top.
I'm not used to wearing this size.
Oh my god, you're leaving.
Yeah. Alright, the workout.
The workout. So,
Attempt 1 of Dubai qualifier. We're in 10th place by 1 point. This is the first workout you guys did together of the qualifier?
yes. Yeah, together.
Actually at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Strategy and thoughts beforehand?
My strategy, anytime there's a 20-minute workout, I always have to talk to Adam about it. My strategy originally was, I thought, to do my 9 kettlebell snatches in 15 set unbroken, and then Adam quickly told me that that was a bad idea. But I like bigger sets, so.
So what did you go with?
I went with 6 and 3, and then I just started every set with 6. So I did 6 and 3 on my first one, and then I did 6, 5, 4 on 15. Me. So
I'm moderating a kindergarten class. Brandi, tell me how the workout went.
Well, for me, I typically like longer workouts. Kettlebells are a little heavier for me than Cal, so I chose to go with 4s and 3s the whole time, except the first set of 9. I did 5, 4, and then try and push the row pace a little bit more to make up a little ground.
How did that work?
It worked okay. My technique on the kettlebells was not the best compared to Cal's. So I think that's what taxed me the most.
Yeah, when I watched...
Talk nice and loud.
Me?
Okay.
Everybody.
All right.
okay.
When I watched... when I watched this and Cal was... she had like this... You guys are shedding hair on me. I'm not doing this
That
with
was bad.
females
It's not-
anymore. That's from your shirt. Cal is lowering the kettlebells like kind of straight down closer to her body line and then turning them around quicker. And Brandi was coming out, going into like kind of a double kettlebell swing and trying to go like smooth. And I think just from watching it, it was slower from a rep to rep basis, and it also just looked like more energy, more lower back stress. So we now, when this is released, they'll already know the repeat. So your repeat strategy was you pretty much came up with it on your own, so you can share.
Yeah, so
I don't want to make it seem like I came up with it.
I watched the video, broke down all my rest times because I was breaking up the kettlebell so much. So I knew that's where I could make up time is if I just cut off the rest time, at least by like 2 seconds per set. So when I got into the 33s, I started resting like 14 seconds in between sets of 3s. So my strategy was to take those all down to 10s, and that would have given me like 30 seconds extra. And that's what I had at the end of my repeat was 30 seconds extra. I also played with my kettlebell technique to try and mimic Cal's a little bit more. Of more like a snatch and punch and keeping them closer to my body.
This stop that you do you always do that when you're rowing?
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people that are strong and powerful do that. Do you know what your stroke per minute pace is when you do that? Like where you don't have a smooth recovery? What pace were you rowing at?
This is my 15. So like.
No, this should be 21, I think, right? Yeah, this is 21.
Oh, so I mean, probably as far as like cows per hour, I think it was like 1,000, 1,100.
And Maria?
950 the whole time until the 33s.
It's interesting. I don't know why Cal's pretty strong, so I think just maybe less pulls and keeping them more powerful is easier than just like continuously moving.
If I like keep that contraction, I think it's similar to like how she does her kettlebells versus how I do it. I'd rather just like explode and then get it there
Go
versus
fast,
like
so,
like nice and smooth and keep the movement going. I don't know. I know that I do that, but I've never paid attention as to why. This is only my second time ever in a workout doing double kettlebell snatches. I've done it one time after last year.
But you buy Qualifier last year.
I did. Adam programmed a workout for me that had these in here, and Travis gave me tips. But that was when we could bring it back to our shoulders. So that was the only other time I've ever done these.
Really? That's just your natural athleticism. You don't play with, you single arm kettlebell snatches.
Single arm
in training,
kettlebell.
but
And
not
then,
double.
we've been doing a whole lot more dumbbell.
Yeah, true. Did we program this?
Um,
I feel like we've done a lot of overhead squats and
yes,
that type of
dumbbell,
stuff.
yeah. Dumbbell overhead squats. I did rowing and dumbbell squat snatches Monday, kind of like as prep for what might come out. But I did a pegboard double kettlebell snatch workout that you gave me, but that was supposed to be with 53s.
Why do you
I went
guys
to 44s.
think that maybe this is just in our community, that females are way less dramatic when they're suffering than men?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm dramatic
Have
afterwards.
you seen Mike after a Metcon?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. He's pretty dramatic. We're better at suffering.
Yeah.
I think we're just, I don't know, just tougher.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Maybe we just don't show it in our face.
I
But we're
feel
dying on the
ashamed that I'm
inside.
a man.
We just don't show it maybe on our face as much.
All right. You're coaching yourself. The 3 major keys that you learned after this workout for the repeat. Like what were the things that you were like, I got to do this better to be able to hit a PR when I retested?
Yeah, for me.
No, let's go Brandi first this
Okay.
time. Right. This time.
Okay.
Don't take your thunder.
For me, the number one was cleaning up the efficiency on the kettlebell snatch.
So how did you do that?
Like, how did I work on it?
Yeah.
Or,
Like what was your strategy? This is Saturday.
this
This was Wednesday,
yeah.
and then we repeated on Saturday. So
Correct.
what Thursday, Friday look like?
Thursday, I didn't do anything but just rest and did my normal coaching classes. Friday, I came in, I watched Cal redo. I also watched some of her snatches in her video to watch her technique. So then I warmed up and then started with lighter kettlebells, practicing the new technique, and then went up to the 35s, videoed a few sets, and felt comfortable with it. I didn't want to accumulate too many reps because I was still kind of sore from Wednesday. So I did a few sets I did like a 5 and then like 3 sets of 3 just to get confidence at it. And then hopped on the bike again for like 20 minutes and cooled down.
All right. So that's kettlebell snatch technique.
Yep.
Point 2.
Point 2 was my rest. Being able to just almost like be tougher and more diligent on my rest and trust myself that I can always do a set of 3 and not need 15 seconds of rest. Like 10 is plenty, and just forcing myself to get back to the kettlebells.
So how do we do that?
I watched my video, wrote down literally every time that I broke, the amount of time that I rested. I highlighted all the ones that were over 10 seconds and did the math, saw that was, it all happened in the later sets of 27s and then into the 33s. So when I repeated, I told Max that's what I wanted to change. He counted down from 10 to 1 each time. And
I counted down from 7.
Oh, 7 to 1 at the
27.
start until we hit the 27s, and then it was 10 down to 1. And every time I heard 2, I would try and put my hands on the kettlebell to be ready to pull.
You were pretty
1.
diligent. You were ahead of me most of the time. And
Yeah.
there were like 2 intervals, I think, in the 33
Yeah.
that you fell off pace.
Yeah.
And then in the end, I was like, 10, I need 7, 6,
Yeah, I
5.
couldn't miss that. I finished one set of 3 and I hear him count 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm like, holy cow! Gotta go. I was like, speeded that up.
Yep. All right, and then the third point.
Just, I don't know, be mentally tougher and just want to grind harder. We're on the bubble again. I feel like I've been on the bubble too many times. And so it was like really firing me up this morning because I just really want to qualify. We got 6th place at like regionals the past 2 years and I'm just tired of the feeling. And I really want to qualify for Dubai. So I wrote on my little whiteboard, 6th place, go big. So that's
Cool.
kind of my motivation.
Sweet. And successful redo. You can say the score now, right? How much did you improve?
So
by?
I improved by 5 reps. I gained 30 seconds extra at the end, and I believe it's a 270 score total reps.
Sweet. What did you do differently the second time?
My goal, I'm really not great at pacing, so that's why I have to have Adam like tell me what to do. Because if I ever do my pacing and everything looks like a 5-minute workout, and then you got 15 minutes.
Unbroken.
Yeah. Oh crap, we have 15 minutes left. So my, initially when I talked to Adam, it was like stay consistent through the beginning part, and then whenever I watched my video for the redo, my goal was to stay pretty much exactly the same through the set of 27. And then after that, just be more efficient. And I knew I could make up time in the last 2 sets. Because this time I make it back for 1 calorie. Technically 2, but we'll go with 1. But I make it back for 1 calorie on this one. And I knew if I had, 30, 40 more seconds, then it was all like, you can get on a row and suck it up and pull harder. So that was...
Would you say that your repeats, I have obviously way more experience with Brandi since I've coached her for 6 years, and I've just basically watched you train mostly, and Adam does most of the training and then just give you feedback whenever I see. But would you say that your repeats, when you almost always improve every time I've seen you do a test and then do a retest, would you say most of it is just getting an emotional understanding of what it feels like, or do you think that there's like an analysis process between the first one and the second one that gives you the improvement, or do you think it's just like, I know what it feels like, I know where I need to step on it in the workout, and it's just more of like a confidence about what's coming?
More of a confidence, like, okay, I didn't die, and I can do it again and push myself harder. I feel like as an athlete, I'm kind of more cautious. I wouldn't say I'm like a reckless athlete, but I'm more of like, especially on a workout like this, 20 minutes. I'm an extremely anaerobic athlete. So I'm more cautious of like, I really don't want to get and look at the clock and have 8 minutes left and like be, deer in a headlight look. So once I realized, okay, 20 minutes, I wasn't that sore. It wasn't that painful. This part, I feel like, is when it started to get, okay, I'm sweating a little bit. I'm wasting time by grabbing chalk. I think Adam knows all of my stalling. I literally, before this workout, I put a belt back there and I was like, Adam, this is me and my honesty. If I grab this belt, it's me stalling. I don't need a belt.
Yeah, what did, like, Brandi usually tells me mostly to keep her accountable to a rest time. That's probably like what my number one responsibility in person is. What's he do for you?
He counts my rest time, but really, like, just having him there, I know that, like,
it just holds you accountable.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to push myself a little bit harder. So whenever I went to go do the redo, Ken was gonna judge me, which is the worst judge.
You just said that publicly. Ken's your husband.
I love my husband, but he holds me like to such a higher standard. So I was like, crap, like Adam's very peaceful and
allows you to get away with your stalling technique.
Yes, exactly. Adam's not gonna yell at me.
Ken, you're invited to all of Cal's workouts from now on.
Ken can't come to my first one. No.
I almost gave Mike the shush today.
Seriously. I have to. If Ken judges me, I have to say, like, these are what I want you to say.
Here's your approved list of words. Over here's the no words.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So on my redo, he did actually tell me, I knew, I told him ahead of time, I really want to qualify for Dubai. This would be awesome. I love competing on a team. And so I feel like I was on my redo, I was on the 27 or 33 set. And he goes, Cal, you're in 10th place by 1 point. And I was like, okay, I'll hold it. And it helped too. The second time, Colson went right beside me, which was a good push too. Yeah. But there were a few things I changed, but it wasn't until like the later end, and it almost gave me an extra like 30 or 40 seconds on the row and 10 extra calories. Yeah.
So what dictates these like rest times? Where we got to be in like this has to be the set of 33.
Yeah, 33.
Or maybe not 39 yet. This is 33. These rest times, like you put it down, now you're back on the rower. But let's say on the last one, what's dictating when you're picking it up, when you're doing it the first time or the second time? Is there like something that you have cue, feeling? Are you waiting for something? Do you give yourself a mantra, count down, 3, 2, 1, like what?
Adam counts down. Like if I had to be honest as an athlete, for me, it's like I'm not as tough. Like I could, if I really wanted to, do bigger sets and rest less. But I feel like as an athlete, I'm not super tough.
Like just when you're by yourself?
If I'm by myself,
run.
I'm not like a good by myself, hold myself accountable. That's why I need
Is that
like
with the team and
that's why,
there?
Yeah.
It just
and having like, what's that?
It just brings the toughness out of you?
Yeah, a little bit. Or the toughness and then like the accountability. That's just, I feel like that's how I'm different as an athlete. I'm not good at like, man, I gotta suffer by myself in a dark room.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam would count down. We had a game plan. I was like, I have to at least, I knew I didn't want to get down to, especially on the set of 33, I didn't want to get down to like threes. Because for me, as soon as I break that tension, it's same with gymnastics. As soon as I come down off of something, I'm like, I gotta jump back up there. I might as well just squeeze out a few more reps.
Yeah. And then I might have made a mistake with Brandi. I was counting. I'm off the screen.
Yeah.
I was counting, and on the first attempt, the goal was not to have a rest time that exceeded 10 seconds, right? That's what it was. And then I started counting, and I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then she picked up the kettlebells, and I was like, I feel if I were in that position and I was going as fast as I could, and I wasn't adherent to the plan, that I couldn't be doing the plan. So I was just like, go on your own now. Like, I'm not counting anymore. And then she told me afterwards, she was like, I don't know why you stopped counting. Like, was I doing bad? Like, and then she started panicking. So those are little things. I don't know, maybe in the future I'll just probably count faster, like faster than 10 seconds and get to a higher number, because maybe it'll do something.
I know, I guess it was 2 years ago in the Open when we had the handstand push-ups and you counted the 3, 2, 1 for me when I was doing twos.
Oh yeah.
I remember you saying at the beginning on my first few sets, you were saying 3, 2, 1 faster than what the clock was, because I wasn't paying attention to the clock. I was just listening to help me get ahead of my pace.
I don't know if you guys are like this, but if I'm suffering, time distorts. Like, it's not this. But in being in the middle of this, somebody says like take a 5-second rest, and I'm in the middle of a workout like this, I'll rest for like 37 seconds. And if it's like, if I'm excited and fresh, and somebody's like rest for 15 seconds, like after 3 seconds, I'm like, it's been 15 seconds. So I feel like figuring out a way. I know Matt Frazier at competitions is very aware of the clock, and Travis, when I watch him work out, is like always looking at the clock. And I don't know, maybe that's just something that, like, as you keep getting better at competing, you get better and better at being okay to deal with that time pressure. But it's kind of a double-edged sword, because it also can be really stressful. If you're like falling off your pace, like what do you do? How do you navigate it? I'm too fatigued. What's the process of doing it?
I use the clock a lot today, on all my redos that I've done for Dubai. When I've redone, I've written down the paces that I want to be after each, like, I don't know, round or rep scheme, whatever we were doing. And so today I was constantly looking at it as soon as I would finish like the row to see if I was on pace, or the snatches to see if I was on the pace that I wanted to get that 30 seconds extra at the end. But it is more stressful. Yeah.
So this is the last set, right? This is your 39. In this attempt, you got how many cows on the rower? 1.
Honestly, at this point, I'm like, crap, I'm gonna finish, aren't I?
I have to get back on
We didn't know what to expect.
No, because we were talking about it beforehand, and I was like, you know what? Maybe a girl, because we had seen, or Brandi had seen Travis, so I knew what Travis got, and I was like, I think a girl getting into the snatches on the 39 will be a good score. And when I looked and I had 3 minutes to get through the snatches, I was like, I'm gonna get through all these snatches. And I kept trying to tell myself, don't go off camera, because I'm back up. My camera's right behind me, and I'm like, I'm gonna end up out of my camera shot.
So do you know when you started, like in your head, starting a kick? There's only 1 minute left in this, so.
Well, when I got onto the rower for the 39 cals, I saw that there was like 3.5 minutes left on the clock, and I was like, shoot, am I gonna get back to the snatches? So I like panicked a little bit, and I think that helped me row faster. And then I got halfway through the row, and I was like doing the math, and I was like, okay, I think I'll have like a minute. So I tried to hold that pace, and then just do what I could when I had that minute left on the kettlebells.
And what were you? You were slowing down on purpose so you didn't have to row
Yeah,
too much?
I think Adam, like on my 39 cals, and I knew that I would have about 3 minutes on the kettlebells. Because really on a row, like if I row 950 or if I row 1,000, that's like 2 seconds, but it's a big difference in effort. So Adam just told me on my 39, like stay, consistent row. And then when I got off, went straight back.
That was optimal row technique to get your 1 calorie.
Why don't this thing pick over?
Seizure rowing.
Yeah. Adam should have moved my damper up to like 10.
All right, well, here's the aftermath. Brandy's dead.
I'm going to fall off in just a second.
Let's get the roll.
Come on.
I usually fall. I'm being really tough.
Oh, there it is. That's a good ending.
I thought Chris had stopped the video at that point. I'm usually so tough. Shoes are off.
I'm just glad this is over because I feel very uncomfortable in this shirt.
It was really warm. It wasn't that warm before.
All right.
Are we done?
I'm done.
Yeah. I feel like that was a really boring workout to commentate on. Sorry, we just rode in kettlebell snatch for a little while.
What the shit?
I feel emasculated, but since I already am, I'm going to go out and talk shit to Brandon in this.
You should wear it the whole
And I'm
time.
going to put deodorant on because I feel like I can smell myself.